afternoon, friends. Welcome back to my kitchen, or welcome if you are new. I am Denise, and tonight for dinner, I am going to heat up this leftover tomato soup that I made. I took it out of the freezer. I'm hoping it reheats good. And along with this, I am going to make some fried rice. So I'm going to heat up a little bit of sesame oil. And I'm going to fry the rice in there. And I need peas and carrots. Okay, got the peas and carrots. I'm going to season the rice with some garlic powder, about a half a teaspoon, and onion powder. Again, about a half a teaspoon. We took my dad out for lunch today for his birthday, which was yesterday. So we had a pretty good sized lunch. Just thought I'd keep dinner simple tonight. And I'm going to add some soy sauce to this. And some hoisin sauce. Now let this cook for a little bit so those peas and carrots are tender, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, my vegetables are tender. Now I'm going to scramble a couple eggs in here. The soup looks like it's reheating really good. I'll leave this recipe for the tomato soup linked in the description box for you. It's really good soup. The fried rice I don't follow a recipe for. Okay, I'm going to mix that all with the rice now. Okay. Reheated homemade tomato soup. And fried rice. And that is our dinner tonight on this Friday night. Fried rice and reheated homemade tomato soup. We will see you tomorrow. Good afternoon, friends. Happy Saturday. Tonight for dinner, I am making sweet and sour pork and noodles. So in here I'm putting about a tablespoon of vegetable oil, And then I am going to add a pound of pork loin chops that I had thinned or sliced thin while they were still pretty much frozen this morning. Find it way easier to cut up meat when it's still partially frozen. So I'm just going to get this browned up. And while that is browning, I'm going to slice up this red bell pepper. Okay, now I'm going to season the pork with this garlic pepper seasoning. Sprinkle about a half a teaspoon on here. I'm going to finish letting this brown up. We're not cooking this all the way through, we're just getting it browned up. It'll finish cooking when we add all the other stuff to it. Okay, our pork has browned, so now I'm going to add this 14.5 ounce can of chicken broth. And a half a cup of sweet and sour sauce. This is La Choy sweet and sour. You can use whatever brand you have and can find and like. This is just what my store has. Put that in. And now we need 2 tablespoons of chili sauce. And it looks like that's about all that I have left in here. Okay. And 1.5 cups of uncooked egg noodles. Stir all this up. I'm going to let this cook for about 5 minutes. And then I'm going to add some more stuff. So I will bring you back in 5 minutes. Okay, our pasta has been cooking for 5 minutes. So now I am going to add the red bell pepper that I had sliced up. And I'm also going to put in a 5 ounce can of sliced water chestnuts. And now I'm going to let this cook until the pasta is tender and the red bell pepper is tender. I like a little crunch yet to our peppers. Just a little bit. Cover this back up and I'll bring you back when we plate up. Okay, friends, our sweet and sour pork and noodles are done. I have been making this recipe for many years and we absolutely love it. I will have it typed out for you below in the description box. And that is our dinner tonight. We will see you tomorrow. Good morning, friends. Happy Sunday. Today, I am going to put this beef roast in my little crock pot. This is about 1.5 pounds. It's still pretty much all the way frozen. All I'm going to do is salt and pepper it. And I'm going to add a little bit of garlic powder and onion powder. About a 1/4 teaspoon. And since this is almost froze yet, pretty close to being totally frozen, I'm going to put it on high. I'm going to add about a cup of water because I want plenty of beef broth. And I'm just going to let this go for several hours. And I will bring you back when I move on to other things for our dinner. Okay, friends, we are going to get going on the rest of our dinner. I'm going to make honey sriracha Brussels sprouts. I need to preheat my oven to 450. And here I have a pot of potatoes, peeled and sliced. I'm going to boil them up so I can mash them. And now I'm going to slice up these Brussels sprouts. Now I'm just going to cut them in half. It's about a pound, maybe a tad bit more. I've made these a couple other times. They're so good. It's our favorite way of eating Brussels sprouts now. I'll have this recipe linked for you below in the description box. Okay. Get these potatoes salted before I forget. And now I'm going to drizzle about a 1/2 tablespoon of olive oil. Then I need to get some garlic. One to 1.5 cloves. So I'll just put in a good heaping teaspoon. And I'm going to salt and pepper these. Not very much salt though. And I'm going to give this a stir. Okay, now I need 1.5 tablespoons of honey. And 1 tablespoon of Sriracha. and 1.5 tablespoons of chili sauce. And I'm just going to stir this to get all combined. I'm going to coat the Brussels sprouts with it. And these are going to bake in the 450-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, so as soon as that's preheated, these are going to go in. Okay, friends, our Brussels sprouts are just about done. In here, I have 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of flour. I'm going to make a roux for our gravy. I'm going to get this flour taste cooked out. Looks like I need a little bit more. And in this container here, I have just under 2 cups of beef broth that I dumped out of the crock pot. Our roast is sitting in there on warm. I'm gonna whisk the broth in here. Let this come to a boil so it can thicken up. I'm going to shut the Brussels sprouts off. Okay, I'm just going to put this little tiny roast here. I'm going to slice it up. This is just a beef round roast that I get at Sam's Club. I just cut them into chunks. That'll feed the 2 of us. And I'm sure we're going to have leftovers with this little bit even. Put the lid on this to hold in some of the heat till this gravy gets cooked. Here are the honey sriracha Brussels sprouts. These are amazing. Okay, we will get dished up here. and the honey sriracha Brussels sprouts. And that is our dinner tonight. Beef roast in the crock pot, mashed potatoes and gravy, and honey sriracha Brussels sprouts. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.